Okay, I think Robert might also be showing up soon. So let's wait 1 or 2 more minutes. Okay. Okay, Robert's gonna be here a little later. That's fine. Okay, yeah. All right. Good evening, everybody. So yeah, today we're gonna, review a bit of yesterday and review a bit of the readings, and then start the new topic for the day, which is on the terminal and possibly a bit of VS Code. I don't think we're gonna finish VS Code today, but I think we'll at least get to part of it. But before we do that, we have our new TA on the call, Fernando. So let's give Fernando a few minutes to introduce himself, and then we move on from there. Go for it.
Hi, my name is Fernando Lopez. I'm very excited to be with you, beginners in web development. I have been working with data and developing websites since 2012. I have played around with several programming languages such as Python, Java, PHP, C Sharp, and JavaScript, right? So one thing in I am really good is using SQL. SQL is language to talk with databases, right? So right now, knowing how to handle databases and knowing how to handle the data is super important in the tech world. I describe myself as a full stack developer. Um, I'm not a big fan of complicated stuff. So if you want to chat about coding and questions, just hit me up in Slack, right? I'm going to share my Calendly here in the chat right now. Let me copy paste it. So if you want to chat about coding or you have problems with questions in the class, you can hit me up here, okay? And I noticed that you have right now working and studying DevTools, right? So I have just a little example of how to use it in the daily day, right? And I'm going to share the screen.
Yeah.
For example, this is one of my favorite websites. I am a fan of soccer.
Are you sharing the little like present now button?
I am trying to share right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you able to watch my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. I'm going to show you. Okay, this is one of my favorite websites. It's called LiveScore, and you can check for all online scores, right, of soccer. And when you are developing websites in your computer, you always have the preview of how the users are going to see it on a big screen. But if you want to emulate in a mobile device, you can go to the to the web developer tools, and you can emulate it here in the responsive elements, right? So you can emulate being an iPhone of how the website is going to be preview. Okay, this is one of the most of very several cases of uses of the dev tools, right? So
yeah, it's pretty useful.
it's pretty useful. So it's nice to meet you guys. So I will leave you with the teacher, Dwight.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so reach out to him if you guys have questions or if you need a little extra help, like a tutoring session. Use this Calendly link. You can see his availability on there. Cool. All right. So before we get into today's lecture, I just want to pause and see if any of you guys have questions about what we did yesterday with the DevTools lecture. Any questions? What's that? Do you have a question? Okay. Any questions? No. All right. Yeah. Okay. So just as a bit of review, I'm going to give you a few questions just to kind of like check. Okay. So for example, when we were working on the DevTools, what were we doing what were some of the tasks we were doing in the network tab? Can somebody tell me one or two of the things we did in the network tab on the DevTools?
Checking the internet speed versus the computer or an iPhone or Galaxy.
What was the term for making it slower?
Throttling.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay.
Throttling.
Yeah, throttling. Okay, next question. So you remember how I went to ajc.com/codex and then saw a 404 error? That was for like a 404 not found. Do you guys remember what were some of the other number codes besides 404?
403, I think one of them was.
Yeah, 403. 403 is not found. Okay.
200 is
What's-
okay.
Yeah, 200 is okay. Good.
500.
Yeah. Do you remember what 500?
Yeah.
The
You remember what that
500 was when the company has an issue or an error with their site
With their servers. Yeah.
server.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Last question. So if I want to look at the HTML and CSS of a page and edit them from Chrome DevTools, what are the steps to do that? So you click inspect, and then what do you do after inspect?
Can you just repeat that one more time, please?
What to do if you want to change the HTML on the page from DevTools?
After you click inspect, you click the square with the arrow in it, I think.
Yeah. And then what?
You click element,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then
and
you
then
look,
you
look
click
for
the
the
head,
the header.
the header, the title.
Or any other element. Yeah, you can click any element. Yeah. And then you right click it. And then I think there's something after you right click, like edit text or edit inner HTML, something like that. And you can edit it from there. Yeah, good. Okay. So those are, yeah. It sounds like you guys got kind of the gist of the Chrome DevTools. And again, like that was an intro lecture for the DevTools. We're going to have more advanced things on the content on the DevTools, I think in module 2, things like breakpoints, but we don't need to know about breakpoints yet. So that's fine. Good. Norris, can you mute yourself real quick?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Right. Okay, so that was good review from the DevTools yesterday. All right. You guys had a reading assignment or two yesterday. That was about terminals and VS Code. So let me pull those up and let's see if you guys remember some of the stuff from that. Okay. Right. Okay, I see it. Okay, we're gonna focus on the reading on the terminal commands right now. Okay, yeah. So for the reading for the terminal commands, we had 3 or 4 questions talking about different common commands that people can use in their terminal, and it differs based on the operating system. So for example, common operating systems, some of you guys have Mac, or some of you guys might have Linux or Unix or Windows. And Mac and Linux or Mac and Unix, they have similar commands, and then Windows has kind of a little different commands, but a lot of the commands do the same types of jobs. They just might have different words to write the command out. Okay, cool. So can I have a volunteer who has a Chromebook or a Mac or a Linux to answer a few questions? So who on this call has
I have a Mac.
Okay, so Delta. Okay, good. So can you walk me through, so for example, if I want to list the contents of the current directory, what command was that? You remember?
That is, you got to go to Finder, look for terminal, and then type in is.
You type in,
The command is.
oh, so, okay, sorry. Okay, so
Oh,
that was lowercase l. So it's like ls. Sorry.
No, is.
No, it's ls. I think it's,
Why did it? It was sitting there telling me it is.
yeah, it stands for list. So it's ls.
Huh.
Yeah, but it looks like an I. It looks like an I. It looks like a capital I. That's fine. So, okay, so ls. What about on Unix or Linux or Mac, what command is used to change location, change around where you are?
Isn't it CD?
Yeah, CD. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. All right. And then last one was what? What command is used to change? Oh, sorry, we already did that one. Yeah. So which command is used to create a folder or directory for Unix or Linux or Mac? To create a folder or directory.
MKDIR
Yeah.
command?
Yeah. MKDIR, which is short for like makedir.
Makedir.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's kind of a good intro. And then Windows had a lot of the same commands. However, one of the other instructors, Robert, pointed out to me that apparently one of the pre-work downloads, the pre-work download for GitHub Desktop, that actually provides everyone with a Linux or Unix command line, even if your original computer is a Windows. So
What about for Androids? So that's what I'm working off of right now.
like Android cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work for cell phones yet. I think we're going to have to wait until the devices are delivered, the computers are delivered before.
Okay.
Yeah. So for some, yeah. So if you're waiting on a laptop from Codex, you're not going to be able to practice this lab very much. But
I kind of found that out.
yeah, in the it won't count against you, first of all. But in the future, what you will be receiving, I think, is a Chromebook, so a Google Chromebook, and those are based off of Linux or Unix operating system. So it'll have the Linux and Unix commands, like we're about to go over. So can I have a volunteer on this call who has a Windows computer? And I want to check something.
I have Windows.
Okay, Hunter, can you share your screen?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. This is going to make things a whole lot easier if we all have if we can all use the same commands. And that's what we're checking right now.
Where is the share screen?
It's in the middle of the call, at the bottom middle. It's like
present?
Yeah, that one. Okay. And then in your Windows, search for, what's it called? I'm checking what it's called. Right, okay.
I'll just do tab. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, not tab, because I think,
Okay.
can you share your whole screen if that's okay, privacy-wise?
Yeah, it's doing well, it's doing like, oh, never mind. Okay. I thought it was going to share both of my screens.
All right, so, all right, go into your little search bar in the bottom left of your far
Yeah.
bottom left. Yeah, and then search for Git Bash, Git Bash. Open that. Okay, and then lock that in your terminal. Like down in the bottom of your screen, it should be part of one of the open applications in the far bottom right of your screen.
What do you mean?
Just in the bottom menu of your screen. Just like right click and then there should be a way
pin
to
it?
like pin it. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
pin it. Okay, so this is okay. So everyone who has Windows during your pre-work, you guys all downloaded this GitHub desktop, which allows us to interact with GitHub, which is great. But it also gave you this, which is a Linux-based terminal that you can use on the same computer. So it makes it so every student can all be following the same commands, which is awesome because it makes things a lot easier. Okay. Okay. So again, everyone who is on this call who has Windows, do what we just did, and I'll give you a minute or 30 seconds. So go to the bottom left of your screen, search for Git Bash, Git. I'll type it here. 1 second. So everybody who has Windows, search for Git Bash in the lower left of your screen, and then pin it in your favorites bar.
So when you say lower left, I don't have a search bar lower left. Mine's like in the middle. Are you referring to
That's
like?
fine. Yeah. Any search bar.
I'm just searching on my. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Git Bash
Yeah.
download.
You should already have it. It might be in your downloads. Yeah, sure.
I don't have it. So
Did you set up GitHub desktop during the pre-work?
I don't have
Yeah.
it either.
I do have GitHub desktop already on my desktop.
But
So
no
you-
Git Bash.
I don't see it. I don't see that. No. I have GitHub.
And that's the
desktop.
same with me. I have the
Me
GitHub
as well.
desktop, but not Dash.
Me neither.
In-
I meant Bash.
Me neither.
Interesting. Okay, we can go over both sets of commands, I guess. That's fine.
So just need to download Git Bash.
Can you real quick, go to your app store or however you download apps, and then see if there's a way to directly download Git Bash, and let me know if there is, because that would simplify things a lot. It would make today's lecture a ton easier.
Is it Git Bash download or Git Bash Windows?
Say it again.
When I typed
was
in
it?
two different ones, there was a Git Bash Windows and a Git Bash download.
I mean, you can probably type in either, and it'll probably point you to the same thing.
I don't know if I'm downloading Git Bash or not. It says Git downloads, GIT downloads. It doesn't have the word bash next to it.
Okay.
Does that
Okay,
matter?
how about this? So I'll help you guys troubleshoot after class. How about that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, because I think it sounds like it's just two of you guys, right? Okay. Can each of you message me in Slack right now?
I also,
It's me
I
too.
so
don't
it's-
have that. Yeah.
Three of you guys? Okay.
Me
Okay.
too.
So 4 of you guys. Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
do too. And unless I have
Me
it on my
too.
Windows,
So we just need to email you to let, okay.
Everyone who has Windows but does not have this Git Bash terminal, please message me right now in Slack.
Okay.
Or in the call. I guess it's okay if you do in the call. Okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go over the Linux commands, and you'll be able to use them later.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking on my Mac, and unless I have it on my Windows, computer.
If you have a Mac, I can help you find it because Mac definitely has it. I'll help you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just have a quick question.
Yeah,
I'm,
what's up?
I'm searching for Git Bash. I click on it, but the word bash is not in the download. It just says GIT downloads.
It's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it won't hurt if you download that, but it's a little different. It's not what we're looking for exactly.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus mainly on teaching the Bash and the Unix or the Mac or the Linux version. It's all the same thing. And then if we have time, I'll do the Windows. But again, eventually we're all going to be on the Unix or Linux version. So you guys can kind of follow along. And then once I help you guys set up, you'll be able to do things real quickly. Okay, cool. We can just, who's sharing screen right now again? Is it, I forgot.
Oh, me.
Okay. Yeah, Hunter, is it okay if we just kind of do the tutorial from your screen and it'll get you like,
Yeah, sure.
It'll get you like muscle memory. Okay. Can you expand your terminal so it's like a little bigger?
Full screen?
Sure. Or yeah, just a little bit bigger. And right click and see if there's a way to like zoom. I don't know if there's a way to zoom in or not. Is there? Is there a way to zoom in? Yeah. Default size. And
Default, but that, no.
Oh, that's not changing. Okay, everybody. So you're going to have to be able to see it. I don't think there's a way to zoom in, but like if you're on the call, you can zoom in the call. You know what I mean? Like you can like zoom in and make his screen kind of like bigger for yourself. Yeah. So everybody kind of zoom in so you can see his text. All right. So first I'm going to do a bit of theory and then we'll get into doing some commands. How about that? Okay. So for theory, so every computer's operating system, whether it's Windows, it's
It's not really making his screen bigger. It's making the font bigger, but not his screen.
If you can make the font bigger, that's fine.
Well, no, I mean, anything that's on that square of his is not getting bigger, but everything else on my page is getting bigger.
Yeah, same with me. And then it just gets really huge. Yeah, it's not working.
Shoot.
Yeah, nothing's working for me either because I'm blind as a bat now as it is.
Oh,
here.
There we go.
Is this good for everybody? Can everybody see this a little
Yes.
better?
Yes, that's big.
Okay, cool. Okay. First, I'm going to do some theory, and then we'll get Hunter doing some of the commands. Okay. So theory. Every computer, the major operating systems like Windows or Mac, which Mac is a Unix operating system, or Linux, which is also a Unix operating system, they all have a hierarchical structure so that, at the first level, you have a few top level folders. So like you might have a documents folder or a users folder. And then you have other folders that are nested within those. So within the documents folder, you might have like, homework documents or a homework folder or a job folder or like a music folder. And you could even have other files instead. You could have folders, you could have files, you can have different types of files. So you could have just a Word document, or you could have a PowerPoint file. Okay, Tara's here. You could have like a Word document, or you could have a PowerPoint or HTML file. Many different types of files, and they can be stored practically anywhere on your computer. And the cool thing is you can access them at least two ways. Anything stored on your computer, you could either access from what is called the GUI, so GUI, and it's in the notes that I sent you guys. So the GUI or GUI, it stands for Graphical User Interface, and that's everything that we typically use to access things on a computer, like moving your mouse around and clicking open a certain folder or a certain application. That's the GUI. That's one way to access anything on your computer. The other, that's one way to access most things on your computer. But with a terminal, you can access everything, and even some things that you cannot access from the GUI. And we'll see that in a bit. So for example, again, you don't need to memorize these commands yet. You're going to get used to them and you're going to get the muscle memory. But okay, it was what? Hunter. Okay, so Hunter, you're currently, again, he is currently running a Linux command line, even though he's on a Windows. All right, so Hunter, I want you to run the Linux command ls, as we mentioned earlier from the homework, and then enter. Okay, so at the current location, these are all the files and all the folders that he can see, right? And so for example, there's some common ones like contacts or documents or desktop. These are all top level files and folders that are saved in his computer. Of course, some of these, you can access them here. You could also access them from his home screen. So like, you don't have to do it because of like privacy, but I bet if he goes to desktop, the desktop folder right there, anything that is on his home screen on his laptop is going to be under that desktop folder. You know what I mean? So that's nifty. So you can get to the same location two ways. So again, that was the ls command, and that ls stands for list, and it shows you everything in the current location of your file system. Okay.
And should we be using this if we're on Windows rather than command prompt?
Basically, it'll make things a lot faster later if everybody's using the stheame one. And I think Tara came on the call late, and I know she has Windows. So remind me after class. There's a way for everyone to use Linux or a Unix based, even if they're on Windows. And you can find it if you search in the bottom of your screen, the Windows search bar, search for Git Bash, and you should have a terminal that pops up for Git Bash that is Unix based. Okay, so hopefully that works. Okay, so ls, that's one command, and that just shows you the contents of your current directory. Okay, I'm looking at my notes. All right. So the difference between a file and a folder. So again, I got that in the notes, but difference between a file and a folder, a file can just contain, text. So it could be an HTML file with a bunch of HTML elements, or it could be a CSS file, or it could be a JavaScript file, or it could be a PowerPoint file. There's a lot of different types of files. A directory or a folder contains other folders or files. So a file cannot contain a folder, but a folder can contain a file. That kind of makes sense, right? Okay. Now, next thing. This one's kind of tricky for people to wrap their head around. So if you want me to explain it a few times, definitely stop me and have me ask me questions. Okay. So if you scroll down in the notes, you can see something called an absolute path and a relative path. So as I said earlier, there's a hierarchical structure of all of the folders and all of the files within a computer. And at the top level, we can see at his top level and at most people's top level, you're going to see folders like desktop and downloads and documents, and it's similar for almost every computer. That's at one level. And if you go to another, and you can change levels. But wherever you are, you can get a path that shows exactly where you are. In the path, you can have two different types of path. You can have an absolute path, and you can have a relative path. And so first, we're going to do the absolute path, I guess. So where you are in your command line, we're going to get, how about we do a CD first? Can you do CD documents, space, CD space documents? Cool, enter, yeah. So now he is in his documents folder. And he's at a different location. And so if he wants to get absolute path to where he currently is, he can do a command called pwd. So can you do pwd and enter? Okay. It's interesting how that worked. Right. So PWD is the absolute path. It starts from the base or the top level of the hierarchy. And so on a Windows computer, there's different drives. There's like a C drive, and I forget, Hunter, is there another drive besides the C drive? I forget.
It depends on if you have extra hard drives.
Sure. Okay. Anyway, so this is the whole path. It's called the absolute path. And for a Windows, it's going to start with something like -C. If you're on a Linux, it's probably going to start with something like -users, but it's still the root. It means the topmost level in the hierarchy. And so you can see his absolute path to his current location in the file system is he's on the C drive. He's on the users folder of the C drive. Inside the users folder, there's a folder called HBF97, and I guess that's his current user. And then for that current user, there's also a folder called documents. And that's where he is in his computer. And it's called the absolute path. Okay. No. Okay, so what's the next one? Right. So relative, and again, there's two ways to specify a location in your where you are in the computer. First one is absolute path, which is what we just did. The second one is something called a relative path, and a relative path is kind of like, I guess I can read it off. Yeah. It doesn't go all the way to the top of the hierarchy. So it's a relative path wouldn't show something like /c/users. It's more it takes into account where you currently are when it's specifying the path. So for example, can you do cd ...
So can I ask a quick question? So with the relative path, are you saying that it just goes back one document? And
I'll show you. Let me show you the example, and then you'll get it. But it's yeah. 1 second. So Hunter, can you do cd space ... Yeah. Okay. Enter. Okay. So where he currently is, he knows that. Okay. Hold up. There's a documents within. And never mind. Okay. Go back. Do cd documents one more time. CD documents. Okay, cool. So he's in the documents. And so now we'll do a relative path. And so a relative path, it does not, you can know it's a relative path if it does not start with a slash. It's going to start with dots typically. And it means how you get somewhere based off of where you currently are. And so for example, again, this will kind of give you a better idea of what it is. Okay, so you're currently in documents and we want you to get to desktop. Can you do cd desktop? It's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work. That's because desktop is not inside the documents folder, right? It's on the same level as documents. And so if we want to get to desktop from documents, we got to do a relative path. So how do we do a relative path? In the notes, it says to do a relative path, it typically starts with a period or two periods, like a dot or two dots. Okay. And so a dot specifies how many levels you want to jump or want to change. And so if we want to do an ls, or sorry, if we want to cd change directory to the let's say the desktop folder, which is at the same level as the documents folder, we have, and we want to do a relative path, we have to add a dot. So can you do cd, or I think it's 2 dots, cd ... slash, and then which one are we going to? Desktop.
Like that slash?
Sorry, slash, forward slash.
Okay.
Desktop. Enter. And so now he's at desktop. You see what I mean? So how is this different from the absolute path? It's different because he did not say cd /c /users /hbf97 /desktop. That's not what he did. He did cd ... slash. And that means come out of the current level, go up 1 level, and then go to desktop. You guys see how that works?
So why wouldn't it be 1 dot if you're going back 1?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, good question. Okay, so so dot means the current level. So if you're at desktop and you want to go, if you want to change to something on the same, okay. I think if you would do 1 dot, it's not the same level. It's stuff within the current folder. So if you have multiple things on your desktop that are in the desktop folder, then you could do, okay, so for example, are you okay with showing what's on in your desktop folder?
I don't know. I don't know what I have on there.
I can do it. Let me share my screen. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll take over. Okay. And remind me that we can take a break in like 10 minutes if I don't remember to do that. Okay. No, I need to do whole screen. Okay. Yes, whole screen. Share. Okay. Can you guys see my whole screen? And can you guys see this thing? Okay, cool. All right, so this is my terminal. It's on a Mac. And so we want to do relative paths. Okay, clear. So where am I currently? I'm currently at the user Dwight level. And I got let's see, I got a folder called desktop and one called documents. So I guess we can work primarily with those. So what I want to do is I want to do cd desktop. Okay. Clear. And then within desktop, well, let's see what path I'm at. So the absolute path I'm currently at is /users /Dwight Lindquist /desktop. It's a little different from his because his was a Windows. So his started with /C for the C drive. That's fine. But it's in general very similar. All right. So I'm currently at users /Dwight Lindquist /desktop. If I show the contents of desktop, it's going to show these things that I have over here on the right of my screen. Okay, so let's do that. So ls. And again, ls is list, and it lists the contents of the current directory. Cool. Okay, so I can see characters, .documents, and miscellaneous, and my notes, some notes, and it's all of these files. That's good. All right. And so example of the /. Right. So if I want to do, somebody's trying to join. That's fine. Okay. Okay. So /. So I'm currently at desktop, and I want to do cd /. And I could do like, okay. I think the way the // works, let's test it. I don't remember exactly, but I think the way the // works is you know, the contents of the current characters. Let's try that. I think that's the way it works. No. Okay. I was wrong. Okay. Okay. So we're currently at, okay, I see what's going on. Okay. So, sorry. So the dot slash is if I want to go to something on the same level. So I'm currently in desktop. So let's one more time. So at this level, there's something called desktop and there's something called documents. And so if I go to desktop, but I want to get to documents, I think that's, hold up. I might be misremembering the dot slash. Hold up. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. That's weird. Okay, so I'm currently at, that's what I thought. So I'm currently at desktop, and within desktop, there's something called miscellaneous characters and some different things. And so, for example, if I want to do a relative path change, and I do the dot slash, that's to something within the current folder. So within desktop. So I would do something like cd dot slash and then a capital CH. It'll do characters dot, which is this. Or if I did cd dot slash and I did, you know, it'll be the miscellaneous folder. So that's what the dot slash is. So the dot slash changes the level and the dot slash stays within the same level. That's kind of the difference. And those are both relative paths. You guys want me to go over that one more time? Or sorry, that was a little tricky.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's do it on, yeah, I can do it one more time. Okay. All right. It crashed. Sorry. All right. All right. So let me get out of, well, I can, that's fine. CD dot. Okay. So if I am currently on CD dot. Okay. So I'm currently at my user level. And I can do PWD and see where I am. I'm currently at users/Dwight Lindquist. And I currently have the option to change into any of these things, these files or folders. So for example, I could change into desktop, or I could change into development or documents, or I think I have a folder called, yeah, any of these. Anyways. All right. And so if I want to do a relative path and I want to change into something that is contained in my current level, I could do cd dot slash and then like documents. And then I'm in the documents. Or I can go back and I could just do cd documents. So I guess, yeah, I guess that's one way to remember that if you're just doing dot slash, it is a relative path, but you don't actually need the dot slash because the dot slash is assumed because it's in the same level. You see what I mean? But if you want to change level, and you want to use a relative path, then you need to start using the dot. So for example, if I'm currently in documents, but I want to go back to desktop, which is contained in the level above that, then I need to do, again, I'm currently in documents, but I want to go to desktop, which is at the same level as documents. Then I need to do the dot. So I can do cd dot to get up to the next level, which contains documents. So then I do documents. And then now I am at documents and I can do PWD and I'm at the documents level. So yeah, so that's a good way to remember it. Like for the relative path, if you're changing to something within your current level, it's / something, like / documents or / miscellaneous or whatever your folder is called. But the / is not required because it's assumed. But if you want to go up a level, then you would be doing the / And of course, you could go further if you wanted to. So for example, cd ... Okay, so if I wanted to do a relative path change of multiple levels at the same time, I could do multiple levels at the same time. So I could do something like cd documents / and again, this is auto-correcting for me, which is really nice because it kind of helps you out. So within the documents folder, I know that there should be some, well, let's do desktop because I can see it. Desktop, and I know inside desktop, there's something called characters. You see that? So this is a relative path that goes 2 levels because it's going to desktop and then it's going to something inside desktop, which is this characters folder. All right, so let's do that. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it worked if I'm going to a folder, but it doesn't work for a file. That's really weird. But the general rule still applies. So when you're doing a relative path, you can move around like that, and you can move different levels in the same change. Okay. Again, this is a lot that I'm kind of like throwing at you guys for this, and I guess we can keep on spending more time on it when we come back after the break, but we don't need a break yet. Any questions about that so far? Again, I'm changing locations within my computer, the files on my computer, using a command called cd, and there's different ways to do it. The most often you're going to use is relative, and you typically start you typically go 1 level at a time with that. I can show you the process one more time. This is the process that I typically do. So for example, if I'm currently at 1 level, I typically just change 1 level at a time. So if I'm currently at user / Dwight Lindquist, I could do ls and look at these, and I say, okay, I want to get to my HTML file for one of my lessons, and so I would typically just do 1 level at a time because it's easier to keep track of. So you would do something like cd documents, which is where I have my codex folder, which I have notes for this bootcamp. And so I'm at documents, and then I can do something like, and then I can do ls to show you guys what I have. And so inside my documents, I have something called codex. And then I have something called CA tuts or tutorials. So I think that's where I have it. So if I do cd, again, I'm all doing this 1 line at a time. That's kind of easier to keep track of. So I'm doing cd CA / tuts. And then that's where I am currently. And then inside that directory, I have a few HTML files that I'm going to use for like lessons, or have used for lessons. So there's a few HTML files in here. So typically you change levels 1 at a time. Yeah. I don't think you need to I don't think you necessarily need to memorize the idea of the absolute and relative paths. I think it's more being familiar with being able to like change between levels is the most important part, and knowing that there are different levels and different folders in the hierarchy. Okay. Any questions about how I was moving around right there, or do you guys want me to clarify a bit more? Any questions? Typically, you'll be changing around like one level at a time, like CD or, you know, CD documents, and then within documents, CD codecs, and then within codecs, CD my homework file. It's typically how you would be doing it. Any questions? Any questions? No. All right. Yeah. So let's take a 10-minute break, and then when we come back, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Start here. Like, okay, so when we come back, do you guys want one of you guys to get some like live practice with this, or do you want me to keep going with other new material?
Are you saying live practice with Bash? With Get Bash?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to like have one of you guys? I can have like one of you share screen and do more practice with this and give everybody more like reinforcement on it, or do you want me to do new material?
I'm fine with new material. I'm not sure how everybody else feels though.
Anybody else want me to kind of reinforce what we've just been over, or is everybody okay with doing new stuff when we come back?
Question, are we able to, so if we reinforce, are we not able to move along to new material this evening?
Well, this is kind of new material. I mean, you
Right,
have
I'm saying because you're asking if we want you to move on to new material, or
Mhm.
if you want us to do this once more
yeah,
to make sure everyone has it.
exactly. That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how everyone else feel, but I would like to do it again.
Cool. Okay. Sophia, you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If this would help with the lab, then I would kind of want to stay on the subject.
It'll help with the lab. It'll help.
I
with time.
do agree,
do.
even though I can't practice right now, but I definitely like the knowledge of it.
Okay. Can I get a volunteer for when we come back to share screen and be the guinea pig to help practice? Can I get a volunteer?
I can try.
All right, Janice. Cool. Okay. Let me make note of that. Okay. Janice. Yeah. All right. So let's do 10 minutes and then, yeah. Let's do about 10 minutes and we come back and get a lot more practice. Okay.
Okay.
So let me do a little timer thing. Okay. Okay. All right. So Janice says that she also is one of the people that still needs to get the Linux on her Windows from Git Bash. And so let's have somebody else that already has the Linux on their computer share, and let's work from that. After the lecture ends, first of all, we're gonna when we do the breakout rooms, we can group you up so that all of the Windows people are in one call, and we can help you get the Git Bash set up in that call when we do the breakout rooms. And then the other thing is I'm probably going to make, I'm either going to make the assignment for today easier, the lab for today. I'll either make the lab for today easier, or I'll just make it due Saturday, depending on the next 30 minutes. It might just be due Saturday, but you know, because if you guys are struggling with this, that's perfectly fine. Because like I remember when I was first learning all this stuff, it was whew, way over my head. So that's fine. Okay. All right. So yeah. So can I get somebody who already has Linux or Mac or Git Bash set up, volunteer, and then we can walk through similar examples on their computer. We get another volunteer that has the Linux or Mac or Git Bash, and so we can do examples on their computer. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Okay, thanks, Fernando. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Okay, how about this? So how about I'll share my screen and I'll do a few more examples on my screen, and then if one of you guys wants to volunteer after that, that would also help. Okay, so I'm going to do some examples on my screen and see if that helps a bit. Thank you, Fernando. All right. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, that's captions. Okay. Okay, can everybody see my screen now? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Cool, thanks. Okay, cool. All right, so Fernando had a good suggestion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do different actions, but I'm going to mimic, I'm going to do them both in the command line and in the GUI, the graphical user interface, which is what we can see. So for example, on the GUI over here, I can create a new folder, and I'm going to call it, you know, Codex lab folder. And I just created a folder. Cool. And everybody's used to that. You know, I could even create a file. Let's do another folder. It's like new folder, Codex lab 2. That's fine. Okay, so we have 2 folders that we just created like the way we're all used to, which is on the GUI, graphical user interface. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing from the terminal. And so the commands for that, if you guys remember, let's first go back to the main root of my hierarchy, my file or directory hierarchy. Because remember, all of the folders are stored within each other in a hierarchy. So let me go to the top of that hierarchy. To get to the top of the hierarchy, I got to get out of my current location. My current location is a folder called CA/tuts, which is Codex Academy Tutorials. So let me get out of that. The way I get out of that, I change one level up. So I go cd ... That changes directory up one level. And now I'm in the documents folder. This is where I am currently. But I want to go one more level up. And so I'm going to do cd ... one more time. So now I am currently at the, what's called the, what we can consider the top level of the directory. And so if I do ls from here, I should see documents because I just got out of documents. I went one level up from documents into the Dwight Lindquist folder. I'm currently in the Dwight Lindquist folder, which contains documents along with other things. So let's do that. So ls at this level. At this level, I have a folder called documents, and I got a folder called desktop, and I got a lot of other things. So how do I change from my current location to the desktop folder? Desktop folder. How do I change from my current location to desktop?
Do you say CD desktop?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, CD desktop. Cool. Now, how do I change location? And so my current location is currently the desktop folder, and I can print that. So print working direct, PWD is print working directory, and that will show me the whole path up to the current location. So let's do PWD up to desktop, up to and including desktop. So I'm currently at /users/Dwight Lindquist/desktop, which is nice. That's nice. Okay, so I'm at desktop, which includes all of these things. And I can prove that again by listing the contents of this directory. So I do ls to list. So this directory contains, let's press enter a few times. So this directory contains these things. So a miscellaneous folder, a Codex Lab 2, a Codex Lab, and then some Word documents. That's great. So how do I change location from my current location, which is the desktop folder, to the Codex Lab folder?
Is
How
it
do I-
CD dot
When you put
slash?
CD dot slash,
I could do // yes.
CD dot slash.
No. Okay, so if okay, so good question. So my current directory, let's put bigger. So I'm currently at the desktop folder. The desktop folder contains all of these things, and I can prove that by doing ls. Now, I could do. So for example, if I do CD like Codex Lab, I could do that. That's one option. And now I am at Codex Lab. If I wanted to do stuff with the dots, let's see what I could do with the dots. So I'm going to go back. So now I'm back at desktop. So what can I do with the dots? So I could do CD / Codex Lab, and it'll get me to the same spot. But again, like it's the same thing. So CD / Codex Lab, and now I'm at Codex Lab. But you don't really need to do that because it's the same thing as just doing. It's the same thing as just I just went back up to the desktop level. So now I'm at desktop level. So this command is the exact. This command is the exact same as CD Codex Lab, because the / just refers to your current location, but in a relative path way of referring to it. Does that make sense? You don't need the /. It's like a relative path way of referring to your current location. So these things,
The current location, you would use ... basically.
the current location is just dot.
Dot.
Yeah, good. Now it's a good question. Yes, so the current location is just dot. For example, if I wanted to open everything in my current location in VS Code, I could do code dot. This will open everything in my desktop in VS Code. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I got all these things that are in my desktop, and now I have opened them in VS Code. I wouldn't actually, it would be kind of tedious to actually do anything in VS Code with them because they're not code files. They're not JavaScript files or HTML files. So I don't think I would actually edit them. But yes, the dot refers to everything in your current location. That's a very good question. Yeah. And so dot, so you could do code dot to open everything in your current location in VS Code. Or you could do cd / and then something that is contained in your current directory. But that / is extra. You don't need it. You could just do cd and then something in your current directory. So you could do cd / codex lab, or you could just do cd codex lab.
Gotcha.
Okay, and so let's do that all one more time. And so, and to get up a level, to go back to the top of the hierarchy, again, you do cd .. And that goes up levels. Okay, so I don't want to be in users. I want to be in Dwight Lindquist. Okay. Okay, so I'm currently in my Dwight Lindquist directory. So I'm at the top, and these are all my options of folders or things I can change to. So can somebody tell me how would I switch from here to my documents folder?
CD documents.
Yeah, CD documents. Good. Okay, cool. And how would I show the contents of the documents folder?
LS.
LS what? The contents of the. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Okay, LS, yes. So this shows the contents of my current directory, which is the documents. Yeah, you're right. Okay, and so these are all the things I could CD to if I wanted to from documents. Okay, how would I, Dwight is on a Mac, and yeah, I'm on a Mac, but my Mac can run the same commands as a Linux. And eventually we're going to get everybody working on a Linux by 9:30. Because we're going to have instructors helping everybody that has a Windows set up a Linux. So that'll make everything a lot easier. We're going to have other instructors come and help with that, by the way. Okay, and that's part of the reason I'm probably going to push the assignment to Saturday. All right. Okay, so LS, and that shows the contents of the current directory. Okay, so if I wanted to switch, if I wanted to switch to my one of these. How do I? There's a folder in here called I don't remember what all these have. Portfolio. How do I switch to the portfolio folder?
CD portfolio.
Yeah, that's right. Portfolio. How do I switch to? Okay, somebody else who has not talked. Somebody else, tell me, how do I switch to the documents folder? I am currently in portfolio, but how do I switch to documents?
CD documents?
No, CD documents would be if documents is contained in portfolio, but it's not. Documents is above portfolio. So how do I go?
CD ..
Repeat, dot.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so CD docs. So again, portfolio is inside documents. So if I want to go from portfolio up a level to documents, then I do CD .. Yes, so now I'm at documents. Good. Okay, cool. Let's do it one more time. Okay, so I'm in documents. I'm gonna go back to Dwight Lindquist. Clear, clear, LS. These are all the things at the Dwight Lindquist level. Okay, let's do something like, let's go to document. Let's do this in documents. Okay, so we're gonna make a bunch of random folders, and it'll teach you a few more commands and give you a little bit more practice. How would I create a folder called foods? How do I create a folder on Linux or Mac? Anybody remember the command to create a folder or create a directory?
mkdir.
Yes. Okay, good. Yes. So if I want to create a folder called animal or foods, I could do mkdir animals. Cool. And that creates a folder called animals inside documents, which is my current location. And so now within documents, if I do ls, it will show me a bunch of stuff that will include the new folder called animals. And so here it is. GitHub animals. Here it is. Sorry, found it. Yeah. So there is a folder inside documents called animals. So how do I switch location to animals from my current location?
CD animals.
Good. Okay. Let's clear the screen. Clear the screen. If I do ls right now, what will show up?
All the things that are where you are now.
Nothing, because
Why?
because there's nothing inside the animals folder.
Oh.
I just created it. It's empty. Right. So if I do ls, nothing. It's empty.
So the only way it shows up if something was in a folder.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so you don't need this command I'm about to do. You do not need to memorize. It's just for an example. So I could do touch, home page 555.html. That's a command to create a file. You don't need to memorize it, but for demonstration. So now ls. Now the animal folder contains a file called homepage 555. See, because I just made it. This file is empty, but it's a file. So for example, if I do code dot and I open the content, let's do some more stuff first. Okay, so I could also touch, what's a dog type of dog? Labrador dot txt. That's or dot py. That's another. This is how you create a. Let's do JavaScript .js. This is a JavaScript file called Labrador. Okay, and so if I do ls, now I have two files. I have labrador.js and homepage 555.html. Let's do another one. So touch cat.html. Now I have a cat and a dog and a homepage. And so if I do ls, you can see all three of those. Okay. And of course, does anybody remember the command used to open the contents of the current directory in VS Code? Went over it about 20 minutes ago, but it's okay if you don't remember. Does anybody remember how to open?
Is it code dot?
Yes, good. Yes. So if I do code dot, there's a link between my terminal, what I'm working in right now, and VS Code, and they're linked together. And it's part of how you set up VS Code. So if you do the command code dot, it will open the contents of your current location in VS Code. So let's do that. All right, so now I have a cat.html, homepage.html, labrador.js. And here I could add some HTML if I wanted to, and bam. And I like some cats, not all cats. Okay. All right. And there we go. We have an HTML file. That's nice. And yeah. Well, okay, guys. Yeah. So we're probably going to do VS Code stuff Saturday. That's fine. Today's I'm gonna push today's lab to being due Saturday and maybe tweak it a little bit. For the next hour and a half, I might give you guys something like maybe another, let me think about this. Ways you guys, because I want to get you guys practicing these commands just to like move around your computer and create stuff on your computer. Do you guys want to just keep on practicing as a group, or do you guys want me to give you some kind of just like simple site assignments that aren't necessarily like labs, or how do you guys want to like best practice? Because this is all like pretty essential stuff that you're going to build on or use a lot later. How do you guys want to?
Until I get Bash installed, I won't be able to do much anything.
No, yeah, good point. Okay. Let's see if Robert is on this call. Hold up. Good point. Is Robert here? Robert is here. Robert. Okay. Robert, suggestions. Should we just break now and just spend an hour helping people like do like some directed practice and set up, or what do you think we should do? I think we should push the lab until Saturday, But as far as the next hour and a half, any suggestions, Robert?
Oh, yeah. If anybody wants to, if you want to break out into groups that maybe need to install and those who don't,
Yeah.
or also then I know there's a few people that are using their phone right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, is there anybody using their phone right now? No
It's like-
computer?
I think it's about 4
Yes,
people.
I
I'm
am.
on my phone.
Two, 2 people?
I think it's about 4, but yeah.
If we could figure out those 4, maybe they could be in one group, and then the people that need to install
Let's-
could be in a second group.
Well, because they're not going to be able to install the terminal on their phone. I doubt it. I don't think. And so
Oh,
I think
Yeah, I was I had something prepared for them to use Replit so they could use a terminal on their phone.
they can do terminal on Replit.
Yep, I just was
Oh.
looking at that this afternoon, so you can actually.
Okay. Okay. So how
It's
about
pretty tricky to get to? You have to navigate to it, but I
cool. Okay. So how about
put them together.
everybody? How about we break it into Windows and phones in one group, and then everybody else in another group? How about that? Or people who need to set up Replit, and people who need to use like the phone terminal and Windows in one group, and then the people who already have the stuff set up in another group. Or does that make sense? Or do you want to do 3 groups?
I think maybe 3 groups. I think maybe Fernando could do the
Windows
one. I don't know. Could you do the Windows one? Yeah, you're muted.
Of course, yes.
Okay, yeah. So Fernando, yeah. So could you take a group for Windows and help them set up the Git Bash?
Yes.
So that they can, yeah, sweet. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. We're gonna break off, guys. Any last minute pointers or questions from anybody before we break off into 3 groups? No. Okay. Everybody who is working on their phone, I guess type phone in the chat, and then we can break you guys off into a group. Like that. Or yeah. Okay, Tatiana. 2 people.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
What about me since I'm due to get my Windows computer back?
Say it again.
What about me since I'm due to get my Windows computer back?
So you're currently on a Mac, but you're going to get a Windows back later?
Yeah, because that was the one I was originally using for when I was in Robert.
Yeah. How about you go with the Windows group? Actually, how about you go with the Mac and the Linux group, because eventually we'll help you set up on your Windows, but if you don't have it, we can't help you set up yet. You know what I mean? So let's just get you practicing what you will eventually be able to work with. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So Robert, is there a way to put these 3 people in a specific group breakout wise? Here, let me try it.
Oh, be sure to make me host and make Fernando host before
Okay.
you just break
Figure
out
out
into
this. Robert.
There's a setup.
As a host, added host, Fernando. There
If
we
you're
go.
co-host, then we can.
I got it.
move-
I got you guys both as hosts. All right. So now if I want to do, how do I break people off into like directed specific rooms?
You click on setup breakout rooms. There's a little pencil, and then you drag. I can't do it, but you should be able to drag
Yeah, you're right.
people
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
Like it tells you how many rooms and timer and all that.
Okay. So I got a room with Robert. And so Robert, which group are you taking?
The phone.
Say it again.
Phone.
Okay. So you're taking Tatiana, Israeli, and Coretta. Okay. Tatiana, Israeli, Coretta. Tatiana, Israeli, Coretta. Tatiana, Israeli, Coretta. Oh, geez. Sorry, guys. It's going to take 2 seconds. So Israeli and Tatiana and there are going into Robert's room. Okay. And then Fernando is taking the Windows people. So can everybody who has a Windows but has not set up Git Bash type Windows? Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people, so let's move. Actually, what I'm going to do. This is kind of hard to do this way. Robert.
Hello.
Can you read these?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so
Windows. Yeah, I see what you're doing. You're going between.
It's kind of tricky with
So Windows is Lakeisha Moore, Tiffany Sharp.
Okay, one second. So Lakeisha and Tiffany. Yep, Tiffany.
Neely, Coney Carey.
1 second.
Yeah, Barker too.
Got it.
Okay. So you said Lakeisha, Tiffany, and then who else?
Let me start over. So, oh, I think I missed Sophie. Did I miss Sophie? Sophia, Lakeisha, Tiffany, Neely, Coney, Carey.
Carey.
Oh, this bed needs to be pushed up. My pillow's falling down.
That's nuts. So
Coney. Have you said?
Yeah, Kony.
Yeah. Okay.
Carrie Burnett. Then April Kang.
Yeah.
Janice Parker and Tara.
I see. Janice is going to the Fernando group. Parker. You said Parker?
That's the first and last. It's one person. And Tara.
Okay, did I get that right? Okay, who am I? So is everybody on the main call currently Linux set up?
Yeah, everybody else.
No, I'm supposed
So
to
we
be
had,
Windows.
yeah, we've got you, Janice. Do you say your name Janice or?
I currently have Janice in the Windows group.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I think I got it all set up. Does that look right? Can you see?
I
Robert,
can't see it.
Oh, you can't. Okay. Well, I'm going to break it off. I think I have it about right. And then if anybody needs to switch a room, let me know.
Yeah, you can edit the room while it's happening.
Yeah, I can.
But just remember to hit save.
Okay, I'm gonna send you guys off into your different Robert and Fernando groups. And then everybody who's not with Robert and Fernando, you should already be set up. All right, and go.
Don't forget to click join.
Okay, so I'll wait. All right. So everybody on this call already has Linux or Mac working, right?
No, I have Windows.
You got one. Okay, you got to be moved to the Windows. Okay, cool. 1 second.
I have Windows, but I have the
You're fine.
Bash.
Yeah, you're fine. So Neely needs to go to the Fernando room. Neely, I'm gonna. How do I thought I could just drag it. edit. I got to click edit. I see. So, okay. And then Neely needs to go to the Windows room. All right, cool. See you in a bit. You see the invite to the other room?
I don't.
Okay. No, I got to click save. Sorry. Okay. Now you should see it. Okay. Okay. So everybody left on this call either has a Linux, a Mac, or Git Bash on Windows, correct?
I had to do an update yesterday, so I'm kind of, I wouldn't say lost, but I'm still trying to, I'm kind of going blank on how to set everything up.
Okay. Okay. What have you already set up?
Well, after I did the update, let me go in and see what I did.
Talia, you're good.
It looks like I set up the Linux development environment.
Yeah. On your Chrome? On Chrome?
Yes.
Good. And it works?
That's where I'm kind of hung up at. I'm trying to see what I need to do next.
Yeah, sure. Can you let's check to see if it's set up. Can you share your screen?
Okay.
This will be good practice for everybody if we help one person out, by the way. Everybody will get more practice, kind of like seeing what's happening. Okay. You already have allow Linux and Linux development environment and all that. Okay, good. Okay. How do we open Linux on a Chromebook? Let me Google that. Open Linux on Chromebook. Okay, go to Can you is there a way to kind of like search the apps on your phone? Or search is there just like a general can you go to the top of your settings or like the root of your settings? So go up into the go back, press back. And then scroll up on your left panel and let's in search settings at the top, could you just put terminal? Could you put Linux? Linux. Okay, I need to Google this. Sorry, guys. I need to Google it. Okay. Open Linux.
Go well, then
Hey Dwight, real quick. This is it's pertaining to class. Isabel, I just talked to Isabel and she's been having issues with her internet. That's why she's not here, but she's gonna try to connect with her phone.
It's a possibility.
Can you tell her to reach out to me on Slack?
Okay, I sure will, because she's in Louisiana like me, and I know I was having problems with my internet earlier when I was working. So
Yeah, just have her reach out to me on Slack. I should be able to help her out.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Crystal, did you finish the Linux setup? Do you remember seeing something like a finish screen or anything like that?
Um,
Or did you stop partway through the setup?
let me go back and see.
Yeah, let's click on that Linux environment. Okay, so Linux environment. So it has remove, which it means it is already there. Okay, so you're fine. Don't click. Yeah. So we got to figure out how to open it. Why is this so tricky? Open Linux.
There's a terminal in my apps, but I don't. Let me see.
Oh yeah. Go, if you see a terminal, yeah. Open. Go to apps and then terminal. That's it. That's it. And then yeah, open. Maybe click manage. That might open it. Or get out of your settings and then yeah, X out of this. Because if you say you already have something called terminal in your apps, we should be able to just X out of this. Get out of your settings.
Okay.
And then go to apps. What is this? This might be good. It's a little, yeah, this might be good. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. This is it. Okay. So is there a way? Okay. So at the bottom of your screen, do you see something that is like an open app that looks kind of like a terminal or like a black box or a penguin or something like that?
At the bottom.
Like this current app that's open, can you see it in like the bottom of your screen or anything like that?
I can. It's like a little black circle,
Yeah.
well, a gray circle with greater than sign, and then it's like an underscore sign.
Yeah, that's good. So this is what you'll be using for the terminal. So is there a way that you can lock this in there so that you can always see it? Just like lock it in your little bar at the bottom, so it's always available. Like keep in dock or like lock in dock or something like that.
Okay, I just pinned it to the bottom.
Pin it, yeah, pin it, yeah. Okay, we're good. All right. So everybody on this call has Linux working except Delta, but Delta Delta has a Mac, yeah, so it's good. But Delta, okay, all right. So let's get some practice. So we are currently on Crystal's Chromebook, and we can operate it, and we can move through it, and we can look at folders and documents and create them all with this Linux terminal. Crystal, do you already have VS Code on here?
I do.
Good. Okay. So let's get some practice. Okay. Can you do ls for listing the contents of your current directory? Enter. Oh, interesting. Can you, okay. Could you do cd ... cd space ... and then enter? I see. And now can you do ls enter? Okay. All right. So this is what's happening. So on her Chromebook, because it was switched to Linux, it looks like it's giving her basically an empty file system. So her current directory, all she has, can you do cd ... one more time? cd space ... sorry, cd space ... And this goes up a level. Good. Okay. So this is the top level of her file hierarchy, because remember, it's all a bunch of folders within folders within folders, different levels of a hierarchy. And so currently this slash means she's at the top of it. And she doesn't have too many contents because the way Chromebook created her Linux file operating system in her Chromebook. It just gave her a bunch of empty folders, which is fine. Okay, so Crystal, let's go back to your home folder. So how you're currently at your top of your hierarchy. And so how do you switch into the home folder, which is part of your current location? You remember how to switch locations?
Is it, let's see.
So yeah, so you're currently, how about we do it this way? So first do ls to show the contents of your top directory, and enter. So your top directory has about 10 different folders. And the only one we care about is home. So let's do cd home to go to the home folder. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see what is inside the home directory. So how do you see the contents of a directory or a folder? How do you list the contents?
LS. Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's ls. Yeah, you're right. So let's do ls.
Let me go back to the terminal.
So ls, enter. And so the content of her home directory is just a single user, which is kind of, that's fine. That's normal. And it's the K Jefferson 99 user. That's fine. Okay, so how do we change into the K Jefferson 99 folder? We just changed into the home directory. The home directory contains the K Jefferson 99 directory. How do we change into it?
It's I don't think it's ls. Let's see. Let me
ls is to list the contents of the current location.
To move, I believe it's MV.
CD.
Oh.
Yeah. Moving is typically CD. Yeah. It's change directory, that's what it stands for.
Okay.
So let's do CD K Jefferson 99. And you can probably just do CD space K, and then hit tab. There you go, and enter. Okay, so now we are currently in the K Jefferson folder, which, if I remember correctly, it's empty. So if you do ls, I think it's empty. Enter. Yeah, okay, so it's an empty folder. And so we can add stuff that you can for your Codex projects, for example. So for example, do you remember how to make a folder?
I don't remember.
How to make a directory. Another word for a folder is a directory. So how do you make a directory or make a folder?
I keep going blank for some reason.
You're good. Okay, so to make a folder, it's 5 letters, MKDIR.
Okay, I remember that from last night.
Yeah. So MKDIR, all one word. And so, yeah, mkdir and then space. And then let's do another one. Let's do like, animals. Just make a folder called animals. Okay, and then enter. Okay, and now how do we change into the animals folder? How do we change the location into the folder we just created?
Okay. Locations within the file system. I think that's actually MV.
We've done it in previous commands. So look up in the up a few commands in your history.
Okay, let me get back to my
So
screen.
for changing location.
Oh, CD.
Yeah, CD. So CD stands for change directory. So now if you do CD space animals, you're going to change into your animals folder. Okay, good. Yeah, enter. And then if you do ls, it should be empty. So if you do ls, enter, it's empty. That's fine, because we just made it, and it's just an empty folder.
Okay.
Okay, so what should we create in the animals folder? What, Crystal, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal. I would have to say the hamster.
Okay, that works. That's good. Okay, so this is going to be a command that you do not need to remember, but I'm going to create a file inside your animals direct folder. So the command is touch, touch, and then space. And you can just do like hamster.html. Hamster.html. And this is creating an HTML file inside, and enter. And this is creating, okay. So what we just did, again, you don't need to remember the touch command. All it's doing is creating a file called hamster.html inside your animals folder. That's good. Can you create one more HTML file of another animal?
Okay.
Anything, no matter. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, sure. Okay, enter. So now we have two animal HTML files. We have a hamster.html and we got an emu.html, and both of those files are inside a folder called animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And another word for a folder is a directory. And so if we want to list everything inside the animals folder, how do I list and show everything inside the animals folder?
LS.
That's it. Yeah, just ls. Yeah. Enter. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah. So your animals folder contains two files, emu.html and hamster.html. That's fine. Just to reinforce it one more time. So can you create a folder inside animals called reptiles? Create a folder. Yes, correct. And then called reptiles or birds or whatever. Reptiles. Yeah. Enter. Okay. And now hit ls. ls show the contents. Yes. So inside the animals folder or animals directory, you currently have an emu.html file. It's a file. and you have a hamster.html, which is a file, and you have a reptiles folder or directory, right? And so you could, if you wanted to, put other files inside reptiles. Probably just, different types of reptiles, like a lizard or iguana or whatever. You could do that. You don't need to. But yeah, so we have created all of these different types of files, and they're all animals. Now, can you, how do you change directory up a level? So how do you go up a level from animals to the directory that contains animals?
CD,
Halfway there. Yeah. CD. Going up a level.
okay, animals,
It's not a word, by the way. That's a hint. It's not a word. It's CD and then something, but it's the thing after CD is not a word. Go up a level. Okay, so anybody on the call remember how to go up a level inside a file, inside folders or inside the hierarchy? And Delta or Hunter? ... Yeah, Crystal. Yeah, ... So do CD space ... You just went up a level. And so you're currently at the level that contains animals.
okay.
You're at the K Jefferson 99 folder. You have a folder called K Jefferson 99.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. So can you do LS right now? So if you do LS, it's going to show you animals. Yeah, see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're just moving levels. That's all you're doing. You're moving levels and you're displaying the contents at each level. That's what we're working on. Okay. Can you create a folder at this level called snacks? Create a folder. Or inside this level, I should say. Inside K Jefferson 99, create a folder called snacks. Yeah, enter. Good. All right, and then do LS. You currently have two folders. You have an animals folder and you have a snacks folder. That's good. Now, without my direction, how do you change into the snack folder? Snacks folder. Yeah, nice. Cool. Okay. All right. So now we are currently in the snacks folder. Does the snacks folder have any content? Does it have anything in it?
No.
Correct. It is empty because we didn't put anything in it. Okay. Just to prove that, could you do LS, enter? Right. There's nothing. There's nothing inside the snacks folder. Can you create an HTML file that's like chips.html? Yes, good. You remembered. Just chips.html or candy. Yeah, sure. That's fine. .html. Okay, and then do ls. Okay. Can you create a folder called healthy snacks? Create a folder. Yeah, make dear, and then healthy snacks. Okay. It needs to be one word. So get back. Healthy snacks. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right, and then do ls. So see, we have an HTML file and we have another folder called healthy snacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so again, the main commands that we've been using to move around and make stuff: CD, ls to display things, and then to make a folder, mkdir, and then to make a file, touch, right? Those are kind of like the main things we've been using. What is the command to go up a level? We've done it once or twice. So yeah, so if I want to go up from snacks up a level back to K Jefferson, what's the command to go up to K Jefferson?
I just did it, but I'm going blank.
It's in your history. So look up on the screen, like up further in your history.
Oh,
yeah. So that's going to go up a level. That's going to go to the K Jefferson level. If you do ls at the K Jefferson level, it should be snacks and animals. Good. Yeah. Okay. So, are you feeling a little more comfortable than we were about 10 minutes ago?
I am.
Yeah. Good. Again, like, oh yes, Talia also says yes. Woo, yeah. So yeah. So as you're working and as you're learning through the boot camp, the times you're going to use this are at like the beginning of the day, right? So class starts, I give you an assignment. The assignment is to make an HTML file for a web page, right? And so, for example, you could CD into a directory, and then you could create an HTML file, and then you could open it, right? Because, okay, so for example, let's create a directory for you called projects. So where you are right now, do mkdir projects. Yeah. Okay. So now can you create an HTML file called myhomepage.html? Create an HTML file called myhomepage.html. Good. Enter. Okay. And then I want you to press CD like twice. Sorry, CD dot dot, CD dot dot, and then enter, and then do it again. Sorry, no, you can stop here. Okay. Okay. So now I want you to go to the myhomepage.html file. You can do it in multiple commands. You don't have to do it all at once, but I want you to get to the location myhomepage.html. Like imagine that you have a class and you have this file from a previous class, but this class today you're editing it again or adding to it. So how do I get from home to myhomepage.html? The first thing I would do is an ls to see the contents of the current place. Okay. And so everything we created earlier was inside the K Jefferson, right? So let's change into K Jefferson. How do you change into a directory or a folder? Yeah. And then no, CD dot goes up a level. So if you did CD dot right, yeah. So if you do CD dot right now, it'll go to the level above home.
Okay.
But we don't want to do that. We want to go inside home to the K Jefferson. So if we want to do CD and get to K Jefferson, how do you do that?
Is it
Look up in your history, and look up about 10 or 11 commands, and look at your other CD commands.
okay, it's CD home?
You're already in home.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so we want to go from home to the K Jefferson folder, which is inside home. So if I want to get to K Jefferson, which is inside home, how do I get there? I'm already in home. I'm at home right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Enter. So you just changed another level. So you were at the home level. The home level included K Jefferson, and you just changed. You just changed into K Jefferson.
okay.
Okay. And so now if you do ls at the K Jefferson level, what before you press okay, yeah. So this contains animals and projects and snacks and my homepage.html. Cool. Cool. Okay. How do you change into projects from your current location? I want to change into the projects folder. Enter. Okay. And how do I see the contents of the projects folder?
Right.
Okay, it's empty. I forgot. Okay, it's empty. That's fine. Okay. How do I go up a level? Good. Enter. Let's do ls to see what is at this level. So this level again contains projects, which is empty, and then snacks and animals and my homepage.html. Can you change to the my homepage.html file? Yeah. You can just do tab and it auto completes.
Oh, okay.
Or it should. Enter. Okay. Okay. I think you can just change to folders. I guess you can't change into a file. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Do you remember how to open the? So you're still at K Jefferson 99. That you're still at that level. That's fine. And at the K Jefferson 99 level, you have animals and projects and snacks in my homepage.html. How do I open all of those things in VS Code?
I forgot. I know.
Anybody else on the call remember how to open stuff from your terminal?
Code space dot.
Yeah. Can you do code space dot? Hopefully this works. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. We need a. I was scared of this. Okay. So you said you have VS Code set up already?
I do. I just need to find it. I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I know I downloaded it on my Chromebook, but I don't know if any of the updates did anything to it.
Honestly, could you delete it and re-download it and like share your screen while oh man, okay. Because typically what should happen when you do that code dot is it should open everything in your current location in VS Code.
Okay, I just needed to step away for just a moment.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. You can take. All right, anybody else want to practice a bit?
Did I need to stop sharing my screen or?
You can do it. Yeah, you can stop. That's fine. Anybody else want to practice for 10 minutes or yeah, I want to take a break?
I tried doing it on mine, but for some reason it's just like it's like saying it's read only and not supported. And I was like, what is this thing?
Which part is not working? Which part? Opening the terminal or opening VS Code?
Well, the terminal was working.
Okay.
Let me go back to it here.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Pull it. I gotta find which one it was. Because I just had it.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Okay, let's see where it went to.
All right, I got it. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Okay, so yeah, your terminal should be that little thing in the black box with the triangle. Yeah. Cool,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? It was just like,
It looks fine to me.
well, I tried following along and
How about this? Go down to the bottom and then hit type clear and then enter. Okay. All right. All right. Can you hit LS? Enter. Okay. So your current directory contains a bunch of stuff. For example, it contains applications and volumes and etc. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I know what's happening. So you're currently at all the way at the top of your hierarchy. And so that's possibly part of the reason you're confused. So you're okay, because typically we don't go there. That's fine.
okay.
But so typically on a Mac or on a Linux, which are similar, the locations we're going to work in are not all the way at the top of the hierarchy, because the top of the hierarchy is kind of like important stuff for the operating system that we don't want to mess with. All right. And so, for example, typically the place we're going to work in is in home. You do CD space. Actually, no. Sorry. Could you do CD space users? I think it needs to be capital U.
I can't.
Okay.
This is my home.
And then enter.
It is.
And then do LS.
This place.
Yeah. Okay. And then do CD Delta Verdin. Space Delta Verdin. Okay.
I did my job.
So this is the level you should typically be kind of this is as high as you should typically be going in the hierarchy, because the stuff that we were at earlier with like the etc and the home and the users, that level is kind of like stuff you don't want to mess with, because if you mess with stuff at that level, it like might make your computer act weird.
I don't want it everywhere.
That's fine. It's fine. So yeah, so typically the stuff you're going to be working with is inside users and then inside Delta Verdin. Okay.
Okay.
That's as high as you should go in the hierarchy. Okay. So inside Delta Verdin, you probably have a folder called documents. So can you do LS? Yeah. So you see how you have a desktop and applications and documents? Yeah. That's typical for a Mac or a Linux. Yeah. So can you do CD documents? It needs to be capital D. It's case sensitive.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
CD documents. Cool. All right. And then so you're currently inside documents. So let's do the same types of practice we were doing with Crystal. Okay, can you create a folder called animals? Yeah, make their animals. Yeah, enter. Okay, and then change into the animals directory.
Okay, so the CD
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And now can you change back to the documents directory? Yeah, good. Okay. And then I'll go back to animals. CD animals. Okay. And then inside the animals. Yeah. Yeah. And then inside the animals directory, can you create a file called cat or dog.html? So when you're creating a file, it's the word touch, not MKDI. Yeah. You don't need to memorize that one, but just touch and then just dog.html.
Oh, .html.
Yeah. And then can you do ls? And there it is. All right. So you're moving throughout the hierarchy, different levels, and you can create folders and you can create files at any level. But again, I would suggest that you never do things above the users folder, because if you do anything above the users folder, that level could mess with your computer. So yeah. So typically you're only going to be working with stuff inside of users/Delta Varden /documents. And then, for example, you do cd ... and then create a folder called projects. A folder, when you're creating a directory or a folder, remember it's mkdir. Touch is for files. mkdir and then just projects. That's fine. Yeah. So for example, like when we're like 1 week, you might have a lab assignment and it's to create like, my store.html, and you have a web page about a store. And so you could put those inside something like a projects folder, or, like a boot camp folder, or whatever you want to call it. But they're just places in your computer where you can store stuff. Now, can you do cd animals?
All right.
And then do code space dot. This should open it in VS Code if it's connected correctly. No, you don't. No. Code space dot and then enter. Oh man. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. So that's two people. So Crystal and Delta need the connection. Okay. Let me make note of this real quick somewhere. I need to make note of this. Shoot. We might have to spend time on this later because I'm not sure how to do this off the top of my head. Okay. So need to connect terminal VS Code. And that was Crystal with a K. This is tricky. Oh man. Yeah, because typically when you set up VS Code, like there's typically a way that it like automatically connects to your terminal. But apparently that didn't happen. Oh man. Everybody else on this call, so Talia and Hunter, can you check and see if you can open stuff directly from your terminal into VS Code? Like go to any location in your terminal and hit code dot, and let me know if that opens your VS Code.
Yeah, it works for me.
Good. Talia, are you good? Does that work? Your way, that's fine. Because yeah, that's a tricky part. It does work. Okay, so two people. Okay, and one is on a Mac and one's on a Chromebook, but Delta is going to be switching to another device later. So is it worth changing or fixing it with deltas now? I don't know. Okay. Oh man. All right. So any questions on these commands for navigating and moving around?
No.
From anybody on this call? Any questions about the moving around?
I might as well do it for both. That way I could have them both set up.
Yeah, that's good. And honestly, like, yeah, it's good. So you said one's going to be Windows and one's going to be Mac. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get the Windows, we're going to make it so that you can run similar commands on both, unless you want to learn the Windows commands.
Yeah. I'll do it I'll have it to where, you know,
it would be easier. It would be much easier if you make it so the commands are the same on Windows and on your Mac.
okay.
And there's a way to do that. It'll just make the boot camp a whole heck of a lot easier for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do that. So when you get your Windows, let me know and we'll hook that up.
Okay. Yeah. That
I
way
think-
I can have it going across the board. Have the Mac commands down for the Windows, Linux.
No. Okay. So Mac and Linux are 99% the same.
Okay.
Commands because I'm gonna give you guys a history lesson. So history wise, Mac and Linux are all part of the same like family of operating systems. It's called Unix. So Unix. And inside Unix, there's like 500 operating systems like Mac and Linux, but there's tons of different types of Linux. So for example, there's a Linux called CentOS, and there's a Linux called Red Hat, and there's a Linux called Debian. There's a lot, but they're all Unix. And since they're all Unix versions, they share like 99% of their commands. Like maybe 1% is the same, but the most common ones that we're using are all the same for both Mac and Linux. So that's nice. That makes things a lot easier. Yeah. That's why we're gonna put Linux on your Windows when we get that set up. Okay. I don't know how to fix your linking VS Code to the terminal, but I guess we can try to figure it out. And this goes for both Crystal and Delta. So can we take like a 8-minute break and then or 10-minute break, and then after that maybe come back and try to troubleshoot that?
I do know somebody who deals with Linux, and I could ask them.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I could start off helping Crystal and maybe on Saturday help you out or something like that. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, because well, they're a big time computer nerd, but they're dealing with a lot with Linux. The funny thing is they dislike Mac.
The funny thing is what?
They dislike Macs.
Well.
But they deal a lot with Linux. They prefer
Yeah.
Linux over Windows.
I would guess that you would call that, or that person would be called a purist.
Yeah.
Because they're like pure Linux. They like pure Linux. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah. So you reach out to them and maybe on Saturday, let me know if you're so again, the thing you want to do and ask that person about is how do I link my terminal to VS Code so that I do code dot from my terminal and it opens stuff in VS Code. That's what you want to ask him about.
He wants to know what version are we going to be working with?
What version of Linux or again, you're on a Mac, which is it's not a Linux version, but it's similar to Linux.
Yeah, the version for the
okay. So when you're on your Windows and you download Linux on your Windows, I'm not sure what version that's going to be.
Windows version probably.
So Hunter, what version is your can you
Windows 10?
Well, no. So what can you figure out what Linux version you got on that new terminal?
How would I figure that out?
Maybe try Linux -- version. I don't know. Let me Google it. Find Linux version.
No, that didn't work.
Okay.
It's settled. 1 week it is. Really? I can keep him for a week? Well, you're a good cop. He's earned a vacation. Thank you.
Just do me a favor.
I just asked him how to link up the terminal in VS Code.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, Hunter, I'm gonna put a command in the chat and try this.
Okay.
I don't know what that stands for, but it might be something about listing your release version or something like that.
It says command not found.
Oh man. Okay. Oh man.
It's not. It isn't the Ming W64, is it?
No, that's not a Linux. That's not a Linux version. Delta. I would bet. Okay. Okay. Git bash Linux version.
What a great looking dog.
He said he has no idea what VS Code is.
Say it again.
He said he knows how to use the terminal, but he has no idea what VS Code is. He's not so much as coding. He's more of he deals with other people that does the developing.
He's probably like a systems admin or something like that.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. So how about Delta? Yeah, like it doesn't really matter what version of Linux it is. Like, I would bet my first suggestion for troubleshooting this is to delete your VS Code and re-download it, and then share your screen as you're doing that, and then we can try to make sure nothing goes fishy.
Well, that's the thing is I just downloaded it today because it wasn't on here.
Okay. Do you remember something while you were setting up that said something like add to path?
No.
Exactly. So that needs to happen, and that's what allows the terminal to do the code dot and then open it in VS Code. So we got to figure out why that didn't happen.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would say is, okay. We might be able to add it to path as it is. Okay. So add VS Code to path Mac.
Well, are you wanting to do the break and then come back and do that?
Yeah. Let's take a minute. Take a break. I'm gonna take like an 8-minute break. Walk around for a bit.
I think I got the version 2.37.3. Windows 0.1.
No, but we want the Linux version. But it's probably okay. It probably doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let's take like an 8-minute break. I'm gonna take an 8-minute break and walk around. I'll do a timer.
You okay?
I'm gonna share the screen.
Well, I'm glad to guess. I say this for a couple of treasure hunters.
Treasure hunters?
All right. Yeah.
People like that.
Okay. All right. So what we're doing, Delta and Crystal trying to figure out how to add VS Code to the path. So that, okay. Everybody back? Everybody back. Everybody back. Not everybody back.
I am.
Few people are back. Crystal, you back? Crystal.
I actually have some good news to share.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm not exactly sure where my VS Code went, but I was able to download it again, and I'm able to get to it from the terminal.
By doing code dot?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, let me make a note of that. Okay. So currently it's just Delta from this group. That is awesome. Good job, Crystal. Okay, so you said you fixed it from re-downloading it? Is that what you said?
Yes, I'm not. I believe it may have disappeared when I did the update last night because it was there yesterday, but I'm not sure what happened to it when I did the update last night. But I was able to re-download it, and I can get to it from the terminal.
Yeah. Okay, good. No, that's huge. That's huge. Good. Okay, you're chill. So let's help Delta. But I guess before I help Delta, in general, if you guys have like an hour or so of free time between now and class on Saturday, you guys can just like practice all that moving around and creating folders. That's all I want you guys to practice. And I'll put a post about that in Slack. And honestly, right now I'm probably gonna let me change the lab for today and make it due Saturday. That's what I'm gonna do. So terminal and VS Code lab, I'm gonna change the due date to Saturday at noon. One second. Okay, so sorry, Saturday at 1 Eastern. So I need to go here, and then I need to go to due date is not February 20 at sure 11 p.m. That's fine. Save and return to course. 1 second, guys. I'm changing the due date of the lab.
Yeah,
Oh, there's Mama.
she's really nice.
Come here. You see Mama?
Hey, baby.
No, I'm fine.
There it
It's just
goes.
Okay. Okay. So now it should just be a lab and maybe an HTML reading if y'all want to do it. That'd be fine if y'all don't. But anyways, okay. So Crystal got it. Now we got to help Delta. Okay, 1 second.
You know, but I don't know quite what to think or how to feel.
what?
I help other people. This is right up. When we help other people who are struggling with things, it kind of
So again, I'm going to make a post in. Let me make that post in Slack. 1 second.
How is the shelf?
Hi all. I have moved
Why not?
the
The mayor had a good mood.
terminal VS Code lab to be due on after class on Saturday.
every year we get less and less funding. So your budgets are getting smaller, and at this rate, we don't have to plan to put something next year.
Terminal
No, I can't take the computer screen if you might. Okay.
intro to VS Code.
Right. Yes. Can I help you?
Millionaire, very generous.
Giving Mama kisses there, huh, babies?
Okay. All right, Delta.
Yes.
You ready to do some troubleshooting stuff?
Sure. My cat was just sitting on top of me, and I was like blocking it. She was blocking the computer screen.
Yeah, they're a little pesky. I have a twin brother. He has a cat called Potato. Interesting name. But anyways.
Well, here you go. You want to have a funny? We have a girl cat named Sage. We have a girl cat named Penny. And we have a little boy cat. His name happens to be Little Dick.
So that's good names, I guess. So it's 3. You got 3.
3.
Yeah.
Plus, we have 5 dogs.
Sheesh. All right.
Well, 4 of them happen to be Labradors, so I thought it was funny.
They're friendly. Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me share my screen here because
Yeah, let's figure this out. All right. Man, I honestly kind of want to just have you delete your VS Code and then share. Okay, and now share your screen and then let's re-download it. Yeah.
I don't want you putting my face.
I did do that. I went ahead and deleted it, deleted everyone that was in there.
Uh-huh.
So I have this one on here.
Download Mac or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
I do see that they have the version 1.85 is now available.
That's fine. It doesn't matter what version you get. You're going to get a good version, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't go to, no, go back to the default download.
Okay.
Just do that one. Okay, scroll down. Okay, no, it already started. Okay. So I'm not, I don't think I'm going to be able to see your the window that pops up when you start the installation. But tell me what you see when you see it.
Well, there it goes. Expanding Darwin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that first one, I guess. Let's do that first one.
It's the application, and it also has the universal zip right underneath it.
Let's do the first one. You're in Central Time.
Yes.
That was okay.
Are you sure you want to open it? Yes, open.
Oh yeah, you got VS Code, but we didn't see anything about adding to path. Yeah, correct. That's odd that we didn't. There should have been some type of. Okay, can you X out of it?
Yes.
And then go back and then open that second option. Is anything popping up for you?
No. See, that's what it just did. You see where it says Visual Studio Code 2?
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, go to your terminal. Go to your terminal. And then do code space dot. Code space dot. It's not working. Right. Okay, for some reason your VS Code installation did not automatically add it to the path, and that typically happens for the VS Code setup. Okay, so we just got to do it manually. That's possible. Okay, so add VS Code to path.
Would it have something to do with the version of Mac that it is?
I doubt it. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. I bet it's just kind of. Okay. Okay, open your VS Code. This might fix it. This might fix it. Hold the keys Command Shift P. Okay, and now type in shell command, shell space command. Yeah, and then click the install code command in path. Yeah, click on that. Okay. Yeah. We cannot see your password. It is currently all those like circle. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Shell command has good. Okay. X out of your VS Code, reopen it. I would say like fully quit it. Do that like right click quit, and then and then okay, and then okay, and then just go to your terminal. Go to your terminal and do code space dot. Didn't we just add it to your? All right, that didn't work. All right. Okay. Okay. View path.
My Mac is being stubborn.
Can you do okay, in your terminal, can you do $ and then all capital letters path. Enter. Okay, so these are all the things that are currently on your path. VS Code should be on there, but I don't see it. Do you see anything about VS Code on there?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't either. So there might be a way for us to like manually add it. So let's figure out how to manually add VS Code to path. Okay. I got it. Okay. Instead of running the, okay. So I'm on another page that's kind of doing some directions. I can share it to you. 1 second. Here you go. I'm going to put this in the,
well, you see right here, it's in the animals path.
No. This is a global, this doesn't have anything to do with animals. This is like a global thing on your computer. Yeah. It's not related to animals because it has a $sign. The $sign means it's like a variable, and the path variable is pre-built into your Mac.
Okay.
And it's like and we're trying to add VS Code stuff to it. That's what we're trying to do. All these /user/bin, these are all different folders in your computer. Basically is what's happening. Okay. Okay. So I want you to go to this website real quick. Code. I just put the link in the call. Yeah.
Okay.
And then scroll down a little bit until you see down. That's the one we just tried. We just tried this one. This did not work, right?
Okay. Yeah. The shell command.
That one didn't work. So, wait, stop. So if you still have the old, no, we don't have that. Okay, so let's try this next one, alternative method. So, this one, instead of running the command above, you can manually add it to your path. To do so, run the following commands. So try that.
Okay, so I gotta put all of this.
Yeah, let me read it real quick. Let me read it. Okay, so start. The leading slash is required to prevent path from expanding during the concatenation. Remove the leading slash if you want to run the export command directly in. This is fine. Yeah. Copy that cat until EOF. All the way down to the end of the EOF.
Yeah, well, I have to go back and grab it.
That's fine. Yeah, copy all that. And then, yeah. And then go back to your terminal. Paste it. Again, it doesn't matter that we're in animals. It doesn't matter. This is a global thing. It's like you can edit it from anywhere. Yeah,
Okay.
paste. Yeah. And then enter. Is it not? Okay, cool. Okay. And do X out of your terminal. And then completely close the terminal, like quit it. Yeah. Reopen it.
7 times.
And then do $ path, capital path. Enter. Do we see anything about? Okay. Let me look.
Stevenson, we saw the police car.
Can you do ls?
Can Catherine just come to the park?
Lowercase, yeah. Do CD documents. Capital D, gotta be capital, gotta be case sensitive.
We're broken, and they were looking for it.
And then do CD animals is what we created, or is that what we did?
Yes.
Okay, and then do code space dot. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we can try it. Oh, come on, what the heck? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Smell this. What that's supposed to do? If anyone tries to steal the watch, Steve won't be able to check it out. There's no way he could do this. Why not? He's a police dog. Yeah, but he's not.
Okay, try the next one. So in that same page, you see the one that says for ZSH. Yeah, try that one for ZSH.
Okay, so copy all it is.
Yeah. I should have noticed that earlier. So then go back, open your terminal, and let me see if it's a ZSH. Do you see anything about? Yeah. So you see how on the top of your terminal it says animals-ZSH?
Uh-huh.
So that means that. Sorry, I should have noticed that. Okay. So there's different types of terminals that you can use, and they all do basically the same thing, but like ZSH is like an upgraded version of Bash. And so the first one that we copied, if you look at the first one, it had Bash in it. You see that first one has like EO. Yeah. But ZSH, Zush, is upgraded Bash basically. And so yeah. So paste, yeah. Okay, and then enter. And then close the terminal. And then quit it. And then reopen it. And then do your path variable with a capital dollar sign and then capitals. And then enter. And let's see. And then I see it. You see it? You see it? I see
it now.
Okay. So type code space dot.
It's there, but it's not connecting.
It's right there. What the heck? Okay. Okay. That's dumb. Let's keep on looking at this. Okay. Since Zush became the default shell, run the following command: export path, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's what we did. Oh man. All right. Okay. Let me can you go back and share your terminal again? Yeah, so you have let me compare the two real quick. So you have applications / Visual Studio Code.app / content / resources / app / bin. Can you move to the right on your terminal? Visuals. You should be able to. Okay, that works too. Visual Studio Code.app / contents / resources / app / bin. That's what you did. Shenmue. What the heck? Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. No. Okay, no, it didn't work. Okay, let me try this one more time. Let me Google one more thing. So Mac command not found code. Code dot is not working on Visual Studio Code for a Mac. Yes. Oh, check this out. Okay, try this. So this might fix it. Drag your okay. Can you open your click on Finder and click on Downloads. So currently your VS Code 2 is in your downloads, right?
Uh-huh.
But I'm reading this other article and it says maybe one fix for Mac is click on it and drag it into applications. Click and drag, no, to the left, from where you were. No, up to the same box that you were just in. And then over there, applications. Yeah, drop. Okay. And so now VS Code is in your applications. You see it?
Yes.
Okay. Close your terminal and reopen it. Come on. Okay. And then reopen. And do code space dot. Okay, that didn't work. That's fine. Let me keep looking. Okay.
If he can find the watch, he can find the people who
Sorry. Okay, so now
What are we waiting for?
go back to your VS Code, open VS Code.
He's got this in. Let's go.
Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah, you can just click right there. That's fine. Or maybe it would be better not to open it. Close it. Go to your applications. Go to Finder open it from there. Yeah, correct. And now do that whole thing where you do the Control Shift P. Okay. No. Okay. Do Control Shift P. Or what was that command to open the palette? Hold up.
Command Shift P.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Command Shift P. Yeah. And then the first one. Click on that first one. Permission denied.
It says unlink user local bin code.
Okay, 1 second.
Looks like it's linked though.
Go back, click OK.
Wonder if it's linked.
No. I mean, I'm looking at this Stack Overflow. So do the same thing, Command Shift P. And then type shell. But do the one that says uninstall. Okay. And then, password. And then do
it.
Yeah, then install it again. Yeah, that Command Shift P and then install the second one. Okay. Password. Quit. Cool. Quit your VS Code in your terminal. Both of them, like fully quit.
Can you tell I'm very password protected?
Say it again.
I said, can you tell I'm very password protected?
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Better safe than messed up. Yeah. And then so in your terminal, just do code dot again.
Hey, do you want to come out the room too? Come on.
What is going on? Okay, honestly, okay. We're at 10:30 for Eastern time. This is really weird.
It says I'm not doing it.
Say it again.
It says I'm not doing it.
Get back to, remind me on Saturday about like after the lecture on Saturday about this.
Okay.
And then I'll do some more research on Saturday after the lecture. But I'm kind of on the fence about this because I know you're going to get another computer eventually. But
no, I'm just waiting for him to get done with.
Yeah.
All he has to do is put back up my hard drive and.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, we're about to head out. Delta was having some tricky problems with linking up her VS Code to the path variable for her terminal.
To get
like, so like
to work?
Yeah, to get code dot working. Like it wasn't working. So I'm going to help her troubleshoot again. Like we just troubleshooted for 30 minutes and it didn't work. So I'm going to help her troubleshoot again on Saturday. Okay. But we don't need to fix it right now. But if you have any insights, message me on Slack in the next like 48 hours.
Windows
Say it again.
and Mac.
She has a Mac. Yeah. It was not automatically added to the path during installation, which is weird. It should have automatically been added, but it wasn't. And then we did a bunch of things to try to add it to the path, but it didn't work. And so
Did you try the Command Shift P thing and then?
we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know then. Yeah.
Okay, Delta, we're gonna
Or you know, or maybe just don't use code dot and just open it. Just open the folder the other way.
Yeah. Hey, Delta. Yeah, he's right. Delta, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the terminal from VS Code
Okay.
later, Tilia. So yeah, so Delta, I'm gonna show you how to.
Okay.
Yeah, later, Robert. So I'm gonna show you how to use. There's a terminal in VS Code as well that does the same stuff, and so you can just use that. But
Okay.
eventually, we'll probably help you fix it. But maybe on Saturday we'll start with just. There's another way to do it. Yeah, you'll see.
All right. I'm gonna see what I can find too as well, because
That's funky.
yeah,
All right.
that thing's stubborn.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a good night. It's 10:30. I'm
Yeah.
tired. All right.
Yeah.
See ya.
Good night, y'all.
See y'all.